Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to a consolation bracket matchup of the Double Anti-Bingo Winter Tournament. I'm joined tonight in the booth with Fryteeth. Fryteeth, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite good, man. So what we have tonight is we have a consolation bracket between two runners, Rojo and Caleb. We're going to be filling out a bingo board that you can see on the screen there as well. This is a little bit different than a typical Final Fantasy randomizer. You're not going to have to just kill chaos. You're also going to have to fill out that bingo board. We're doing double anti-bingo, so one of our runners will pick a row for their opponent, which they need to complete, and they'll need to complete one more row, column, or diagonal themselves before they can go kill chaos. Tonight's runners are Rojo and Caleb. Both of them lost their opening round matchup, so they're getting the consolation bracket here tonight. Fryteeth, why don't you tell us a little bit about the flags that we're going to be looking at here?
Flags tonight, mostly straightforward, but the biggest thing is, free orbs. Mm-hmm. So, depending on what piece of their bingo board they need, the only items they have to find are the loot and the key, and then whatever they need to complete their bingo board. So we can see the rows and columns that they've been picked. Caleb has assigned column 1 to Rojo, and that's going to add quite a bit of extra stuff because he's got to defeat Lich, so he's got to find the rod. He's got to defeat Kraken, so he needs the Oxyale. He's got to defeat Tiamat, so he needs the chime and the cube, and he's got to throw the massa out, so he's got to find that as well. Caleb has to complete row 3, and biggest sticking point there is no cabins or houses. So you really hope that you can find some tents early on, or that's going to be rough.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that before we went live about what rows and columns we were looking at. I think we all agreed that column 1 is definitely pretty nasty with all the extra key items you're going to need to complete that, and with the RNG that you can have with Cake and Brack, depending on what their role. It can be quite nasty to try to have to kill those bosses with that. Row 3, like you said, little difficult there with the use no cabins or houses. It'll really kind of make them think about what they're going to do for getting levels, because I know I always like to have a few houses handy to pop out of a dungeon, save real quick, and then head back in and continue taking my levels on a grind somewhere. So we hope these tents aren't going to be airship locked or somewhere outside the inner sea. You want to see them get access to it early.
The other issue with row 3 is, it's going to make you go to Marsh, which normally you wouldn't in these flags because it's not incentivized.
Mm-hmm.
But, the trip from Elfland to Ice Cave usually isn't too bad. Finding 3 giants means you've got to find them.
Yeah.
We're underway. I think we're both running the same party. Black belt, 2 white mages, and a black mage.
Yeah, that looks like it's correct. And while you see them running that party, let's talk a little bit about bonuses and malices here. So there are bonuses and malices, 2 bonus and 1 malice per fighter tonight. So the reason you're seeing our runners take a couple of white mages have access to ninja spells and they have fighter strength. So they're going to have access to magic, black magic 1 through 4, which is going to be pretty tasty, and it'll give them absolute access to life or exit if they so choose. It looks like we got a crown for sale there in Canaria. That's pretty interesting, finding a key item like that early in a shop.
Nice magic to start. Lightning 3 rolled to level 1, so they're both going to have 3 Lightning 3 casters right away. That's not a lot of fun, those imps with Squint right outside.
Yeah, I thought our tracker Danny3883 was going to be kind to them rolling this kind of a bonus and a malice for the seed, but we're seeing something nasty right away, so that doesn't shock me.
I was up here checking these chests up here in Temple of Fiends. It does pull some gold out, which will help him early on.
Yeah,
making the early Provoca play.
You're seeing an interesting divergence here. Yeah, you got Caleb walking over Provoca, and then you got Rojo doing the typical route going up the Temple of Fiends to try to take out Garland. I kind of wonder what Caleb's maybe thinking here. He might look to try to do something about that row 4, column 2 square of Garland boxing. Might be thinking a little strategy here.
Pirates go down nice and easy, and he gets himself a ruby.
Ruby's nice. It'll get us access to 2 key items with an incentive Titan's Trove and access to Sarda.
Rojo's side, he gets the cello from the king, and also gets himself a ship. So he's got one of the 2 items he needs to finish now.
Yep. And he gets the ship early too, which is nice. You like seeing a movement item pretty early there.
We've got
Question
Bane.
in chat. Ooh, Bane. Nice. Question in chat from Life Reboot. Do we think the Kill 3 Giants is going to be the last tile to light? We'll see. It might be. It really depends on where they're going to find these enemies. I mean, you can get lucky and come across giants pretty fast in, a random encounter in the dungeons that you find them. So we'll see.
White magic can roll any better at level 2. Fade, life 2, and heal 3.
Yeah, gives those white mages some more access to some good sweeper magic there. Besides Lightning 3 having Fade. Not quite nuke, but definitely up there.
Do you maybe consider, if you're Caleb, grabbing a 3rd white mage now? Because they were at the tavern in Canaria.
I think I would consider it. With the black belt, though, I'm definitely going to want to check level 3 and 4 magic in Elfland before I look to kind of move off of that black mage. I'm going to want to see if I can get, a guaranteed access to temper or fast in those first 4 levels. And then if I do, without seeing nuke, I think I'd consider that. That'd be an interesting play.
Already seen fast. It rolled level 1.
You must have saw that when I was checking the bonuses. So thanks, Eric. We already got fast, so then maybe he's just checking temper then.
I could easily see him saying, we don't need temper because, maybe you're gonna, if you're gonna take the black belt to 42, you've got fast. You don't even really need fast at that point.
You're right. That's true as well. I think we saw silver bracelets +4 there for sale for about 2,000 gold. That's pretty good.
Fortunately for Caleb, he did find tents in Canaria, so he is going to be able to save when he needs to.
That's good. That definitely takes a little bit of pressure off that row and column.
Caleb is heading up to kill Garland now, so he'll be able to get his ship.
Question in chat from Rock Solid. If they have the spells on the black mage, then hire a white mage in that slot, does the new white mage keep the black mage spells already learned? Hagrid Connect says yes. I'm not sure. Do you know, Fryteeth?
I think if you swap out any of your mages, I think all the spells go away.
I thought they did too.
It's one of those flags that, to be perfectly honest, I haven't played enough of to know it that well.
Mm-hmm. I know that I played a few seeds where it's been, replace a party member either at a tavern recruitment or with a party member that's gated by a fiend or a incentive NPC, and I did notice that I lost my spells on that character when I did replace them.
Like that Caleb is going for the Garland boxing.
Yeah, with the black belt, it shouldn't take super long, and it definitely is going to give him a little flexibility with that bingo board.
Make column 2 relatively easy, as long as you can find a good grind tile for that black belt.
Mm-hmm. It looks like we got Rojo working his way over to turn in that crown and probably head on over to Marsh Cave to talk to those bats.
Find Caleb right behind him, as he just bought his crown as well.
Mm-hmm.
Astos has.
It looks like Caleb is doing a little route divergence here, heading on over to the Melman continent.
Well, with the early Ruby, that's going to get him 2 incentive items very, very quickly, as opposed to just the one from Astos. But Rojo is going to be able to get in the air, probably under the 10-minute mark now.
Yeah. That does feel pretty good. We do have the Desert Rock on, so all you need is a ship. You do not need the canoe.
First look, warp at level 3.
Cake at level 3 too. That's the one that I'm paying attention to. He's going to need that.
Your
All right, so really, you really want to see Brack here at level 4 to kind of give you 3 Brack casters when getting the Tiamat. Or for when you get to Kraken, excuse me.
Brack, but nuke at level 4.
So we don't have the God White Mages here, but we do have White Mages with access to Fade, Life, and Nuke in the first 4 levels. It's definitely pretty good. And fast. So, couldn't have been better for a White Mage.
Joe, is he heading over to trade in that Ruby before he picks up his airship?
Could be. I mean, I guess it is right there on the way, but I think I would have picked up my airship first. It kind of just makes things a little bit faster.
Brack at level 5 either. He's definitely going to have to keep that Black Mage around.
Yeah, for sure. So we got our last play here at Crescent Lake to see if we get access to Brack in the first 6 levels. Otherwise, it's going to be airship lock, which is not terrible considering we already have the floater, but it definitely feels bad because now you're going to have to get some levels there to get some charges.
Be tough with only one mage to cast Brack.
Yeah.
That can be a long trip going back and forth there. You don't get lucky.
That's for sure. It does have a 25% chance to hit on Kraken 1, so I mean the odds are not terrible, but if you only have 2 or 3 casts of it, I mean,
Rolled level 7 or 8.
Yep, okay. Plot thickens.
Get the Oxyel from the Sages, which he definitely needs.
Yeah, you need that key item to complete your column and row, so you like to see it, but you would have liked to have seen Brack here as well. Yep, question in chat.
Level 3.
Yep, level 3, Elflin.
So Rojo did go and get his airship before doing Sarda and Titan's Trove. Quick stop in Melman to check the level 5 magic.
Yeah, that's not a bad play. That's fine. Caleb going around the south of the inner continent there. He's going to probably head off and dock at the bottom Elflin dock and then head on over and turn in his crown and pick up his floater.
assume he's doing that. I assume we'll see Rojo trade in the herb and the TNT that he just picked up.
Mm-hmm.
That herb turns into the crystal.
Alright, so let's see what this TNT turns into. Right now we're looking for a few key items here. We need to find the rod to get in to find Lich, and we got to find the chime and the cube. We found the chime, we got to find the cube here, and the massive moon. So Rojo's got a little bit of work left to do. That tail is not what he's looking for, but it is going to be a bit of an experience boost, so that's something.
The experience boost is the only reason that you really want that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to promote right away.
Interesting with the black belt doing that right away. I don't think we have a square that's promote as soon as you can, so this is an interesting play.
We do column 3, row 1, so he's going to fill that one in.
Yep, there it is. Yep. Maybe I gotta do a better job of reading the board.
Okay, I didn't see it until he lit it up on his board.
So you're just gonna make me sound foolish. That's fine. I see how it is.
He's almost got row 1 done, because column 2 is, just a matter of going and buying those 4 items.
Yeah, and then he's got to find those ogres anyway for his column. So this Rojo doing okay so far. He's got to find Brack though, and a few more key items. Buckeye Nut in chat pointing out you could always cake Lich 2 if the rod's not found. That is a strategy. That's a good point.
Things I always like to find early when I've got a black belt is that key.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the grind spots it opens up for you.
Yep. You get the grind tile in Temple of Fiends, you get the grind tiles over there in Northwest Castle, and you get access to quite a few free boxes, which is always nice.
Yeah, I'm guessing he probably doesn't care as much about the free boxes running a black belt. But I like those Northwest Castle grind spots. He does find himself a ribbon in Canaria Castle.
Interesting. Funny thing about that ribbon, I think that ribbon was possibly a dud location because we do not have an incentive ribbon on, yet it was in the incentive chest in Corneria Lock, which is incentivized, so that's interesting.
They both immediately go to check those grind tiles that we talked about.
Mm-hmm. It's a good play. Frost Dragon's not bad, but they got Dazzle, which is...
Yeah, it might be the kind of thing you take for a few levels and then go see if you can find something better while you're searching out your other key items.
Yeah, maybe get him into the mid-teens somewhere real quick, just get some extra charges of your spells, and then, maybe check out Volcano, maybe check out, Earth has a few trap tiles on the front first level. There's options.
Especially Ice Cave, because they're both probably going to be headed over there pretty soon.
Yep. With that early access to warp too, you'll be able to go in and out of ice pretty quick, and it's got 5 grind tiles in there as well, if you choose to work your whole way down.
Yeah, but with warp you can check 4 of them very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb is heading into marsh, so he's going to go talk to some bats.
Caleb gonna wave at the hint giver as he walks by.
No one's talked to any of the hint givers.
Yeah. As we see Rojo making that ice play you were talking about.
A number of people in chat saying that they would have probably chosen column 1. I think that's what we both said. That we did. That one looked pretty rough before we started.
Yeah, with RNGs you have to rely on for taking down 2 fiends with spells, and then the key items you're going to need to complete that column. Even so, it's just not very fast friendly. Yeah, Gregory Puff in chat pointing out the Cliff Notes version of what you're going to need to complete column 1 there. It's not very user friendly. Alright, so we still haven't found Brack. We do have Kate. We have Nuke in levels 1 through 4. We got 2 white mages with Fade and Life. I mean, you got to feel pretty good so far about how you're doing right now with this party composition for IT. What kind of strategy are you thinking about now? You're about 20 minutes in. You've been in the air almost about 10 minutes already. You filled out some of the board. What's your play at this point?
I'm looking at the grind right now, and I think Rojo's found it.
Oh, yeah.
I would probably try and quickly get down to 2 characters here and just get that black belt up quickly. Probably he's got to level that black mage up, because we know that Brack is either level 7 or 8, so he's going to want to have a number of casts of that.
Yeah, I think I'd take maybe these white mages up to almost 20. I think they're at 17 right now, and then I drop them and go with the black belt and the well, there goes the black mage. But to your point, yeah, you got to get some levels on that black mage.
Joe just warped back to get his bottle. Is he leaving? He is.
The Gurmaduces are not the best grind tile for a black belt to solo, but I mean, I guess he feels pretty good about his levels right now across the board, and he's going to try to look for something maybe a little more black belt friendly.
That's true, but the reason I like them in this seed is, especially for him, is because he needs that black mage up as well. So that's that's typically a really good grind tile if you're doing 2 characters.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have probably stayed there a little while longer, but I understand both sides of it.
I've used that tile many times to go, black belt, red mage, take them both up to 42, and then the rest of the seed's easy.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, we got a blue dragon tile here in the Volcano Armory. Ooh, these blue dragons are a little thick, though. I think that's over 600 HP on that top one. Yeah, I don't think I'd stick around on that tile.
Definitely not.
So we got a question in chat from Min the Mage. Meta on these sets or party draft? So this is not a party draft. The Blursings on the white mages rolled pretty friendly. They got ninja spells and fighter strength. So that's why you see 2 white mages taken by the parties.
Caleb finds a ribbon down in that bottom room in the ice cave.
That's 2 ribbons found right there. That's pretty good.
Joe finds his 3 ogres, so he's all done with that tile. So he's just a shopping trip away from having his own row done.
Mm-hmm. So we do have an incentive volcano here, which is probably one reason why Rojo's going down. There's also a few trap tiles here on the Agma floor you might want to check out as well.
Caleb's right behind him, so very, very similar routing right now.
Yeah, I always get a kick out of watching 2 runners run, and the early divergence, one goes one way, one goes another way, and yet somehow 20, 30 minutes in, they meet in the middle again for a little while before they go their separate ways again. It's always fun to watch. Yeah, Greg Lee pointing out in chat, they could be looking for giants. They do got to find the R giants. We've seen frost giants and regular giants so far. So, got to find those R giants for that column 2, row 3.
Caleb only has to find them. Well, Rojo doesn't need them.
Alright, we have unrunnable zombie dragons here in front of the incentive chest in Volcano.
God.
The cube, that's big.
Both need that.
Yep. Yeah, this zombie dragon tile looks a little more friendly than that blue dragon tile. I think Rojo's going to kind of spend some time here and see if he can just get his black belt up to speed.
They seem to roll really low here.
Yeah, I think they have less than 200 HP, maybe even a little less than 150. Less than 184 for sure.
Caleb finds his red giant, so he's got his 3 giants.
We still have not found canoe yet, though, so I wonder where that canoe could be. We haven't seen the bottle turn it yet.
But yeah, there's not a lot of places that canoe could be at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it could be the bottle. It could be a super troll party, and it could be in Sky, and you have to leave to get the canoe to be able to get to the robot who might have the massa to go back to Sky. Oof. Wouldn't that just be worst case scenario?
There's bracket level 8.
That's some. Ooh, that's some bad news right there.
Choice of column 1 looking better and better.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
There's the chime.
Oh, I thought we had the chime marked off. Well, now they got everything they need to get in the Sky.
Right there.
Yeah. All right, Rojo's going in. So
I don't think he has a choice at this point, because this has to lead to the canoe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's exhausted most other options at this point. If that bottle didn't turn into something for the canoe, it's got to be here.
That makes that column 1 even worse, because now he's going to have to double dip Sky.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it looks like Caleb's going to settle in right here and kind of finish off this this black belt grind.
Continue to chase after it.
Oh, that's kind of cruel right there.
He likes to leave immediately.
I mean, I guess I don't hate that play because you're going to have to come back and go up anyway. I don't know. What do you think? Would it have been faster to just finish out Tia right there? Because you got to do it anyway for your column 1, row 5.
I'm not sure do you know what his levels are right now?
I think he's in like the high 20s. I thought I saw 500 HP on that master.
To me, that could be.
Yeah.
So that could be the biggest thing influencing him, as he does finally get his canoe. Maybe he wasn't confident of finishing it in that trip, and he doesn't want to have to triple dip Sky.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 25. I don't know. 25 with access to fast and fade and nuke. I mean, I get it. You have to go back there anyway. But, I mean, it might have been faster just to finish it out. I guess we'll see.
That's true. That's an interesting point in chat. You know, if he doesn't, by not killing Tiamat, he doesn't have to light that, which gives Caleb information.
That's also a good point.
I'm gonna head to our deals while Caleb is now solo grinding the black belt, so he should be done with this grind relatively quickly now.
Yeah, this shouldn't be too slow at all. This black belt will punch down 24,000 XP. That's 32 already. And we have Dead Pulse in chat saying that he thinks technically leaving is faster, so you don't have to visit Sky 3 twice. I'll defer to Dead Pulse here, the new Duckling Supreme, as to what the faster course of action is. He knows how to go fast. Your partner, too, for Double Dragon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is.
So I think you got to figure Rojo is probably looking for the Massa here at Ordeals, right? Because I don't know. He has to go over to Onrak Continent to do Kraken, but he doesn't have any charges of Brack yet, I think, on that Black Wizard. So
Yeah, he's also still looking for the rod.
Oof, yeah, I forgot he needed the rod too. That column's nasty. Deadbolt's team fade to Brack hype.
Nice ordeals.
Yeah. Alright, so we got another fetch quest here.
I think Caleb is that black belt now has over 900 HP, so I think he's in good shape at this point.
Yeah, I think Caleb is done. He's just gonna go punch himself down and carry and walk his way out of here. And that was a paper carry. One punch, 797 damage. Down she goes. Greg Meepup pointing out in chat that lighting up that tile would scare the Jesus out of him. I know that when I'm running bingo and I'm going against somebody, when I see them light up that hit level on a character and it's like 32, 40, 50, that's a little intimidating, right? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling seeing that one get lit up because you know they could be well on their way to finishing at this point.
Yeah, with that black belt doing umpteen damage every time it punches away. It's black belts are they're not the great equalizer, they're the great cheat code when it comes to this game, so it's gonna have no problem punching its way through Topher.
So satisfying to punch chaos for 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah, it does feel pretty good. All right, Rojo going to give us a slab translation and see what the Lefinians are going to give us today. And it's a dud.
Way through ordeals to
Yeah.
translate the slab and then turn it in. That one hurts.
Yeah. So he's heading on over to Earth Cave. Now, Earth is incentivized, and I know that I never like going to Earth, especially if I have to go kill Lich without the rod. How many times do you do this and you find the rod in Earth, and doesn't it just drive you crazy?
But at least, I know he has warp, and I think he's got exit also. At least it doesn't feel as bad because you don't have to walk in and out.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do know also that with that Lefane dud of money and that very interesting but still useful dud of a ribbon in Corneria Lock, this is going to be something that he needs.
I think we have this sea shrine and waterfall as incentivized locations left.
Yeah. So the Sea Shrine is not incentivized, so we have seen everywhere else. But yeah, we got Robot and we have Earth right here. So this has got to be either the Massa or it's got to be the Rod. There you go. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
In chat, I believe as soon as you finish the tile, you have to light it up on your board. You don't have to go and do it just because you can, but if you finish that item, you have to light the square up.
Yeah, you wanna have a little good faith and sportsmanship in the way you're playing. You don't want to suddenly have your opponent see like 7 squares light up in a row. That just wouldn't be very nice.
Rojo, is he doing the grand tour of the Lich 1 floor? Oh no, he's looking for the hint.
He's gonna get that square lit up too. He doesn't need it, but he's gonna have it. And he could also have been looking for the hint giver to see if he could find that Massa. Although I think at this point we're pretty positive that Massa is in Waterfall.
I don't think there's anywhere else it can be at this point.
Yeah.
Caleb has his canoe, and he's looking for a buckler, which
There it is.
gives him that column 2 completed.
Mm-hmm. So I think
it's
right here we're gonna see Caleb do that canoe from Elfland to Ice Gate pretty fast here and get that out of the way.
It just depends. Does he head to Waterfall or does he go to Ordeals?
Yeah, I mean Caleb likes to big brain the Ordeals play every now and again, so I could see him going there, but I have a suspicion that he's gonna head to Waterfall this time.
So for me, it's always Ordeals is always the last place I go.
Yeah. Ordeals or Incentive Earth is always my last location for everything, all the time.
So he's got a ton of squares lit up all of a sudden, so he's got any number of directions he can go for his own bingo.
Yeah. He's got to get some charges of Brack on that Black Wizard. and then he's going to get his massa right here. So I could see him heading right on over to Sky right from here and throwing that massa away, taking care of Tiamat all in one shot, trying to get some levels on that Black Mage, and then going to take out Kraken. Late
Just playing
reboot
his-
when you're at Lefane is his last location.
Fane, whose last location?
Yeah. I don't always tend to last location Lefane. If I have the bottle and the slab, I'll try to do both of them in one shot, but if I don't have the slab, I rarely go looking for it unless I need it.
Caleb is headed to Waterfall, which we know is the correct play.
Yep. Oh, wow. It couldn't even been a massa -5 you had to throw away. It's a massa +5.
Got the high level black belt. Really care that
Yeah.
much.
It's true. It's funny though. You gotta laugh a little bit. I mean, with those white mages too, they have fighter strength. This would have been the ultimate white samurai strats right here with that massa +5. If something, God forbid, happened to that black belt, like a death touch or something.
True.
I think we saw a ruse roll level 8 as well, though, so that wouldn't have been the best strats.
I was heading into Sea Shrine. Does he have many Brack charges at this point?
Last I saw, he had no charges of level 8. Maybe he has 1 or 2 right now. I'd like at least 3 if it's me.
I tend to overlevel. I'd probably want 5 or 6.
If I could get there, I would definitely like 5 or 6 as well. 3 would be the minimum I would go in here with, so let's hope the RNG is on his side. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen 13 bracks miss, and I've seen 1 brack hit. It can go any number of ways.
Alright, so he's got 2 charges.
Okay. Well,
I also noticed when he brought up that armor screen, he's got a couple ribbons and hasn't equipped any of them.
Did you happen to notice if the ribbon was blessed or cursed? Because if it was neutral or cursed, that's probably why he hasn't equipped it, considering he has a use only blessed equipment checked off.
Just 1. But he doesn't really need that tile.
Hmm.
Because I know he's got a buckler, so if he, picks up gloves, cap, and cloth, and you don't even have to look for those. You can just go buy them.
Yeah. He does have a buckler and a cap, I think, in his inventory already. Alright, let's see what Rojo has here against Kraken. Gonna throw out Brack and Pray. Brack goes off. Oh, would you look at that? You love to see it.
Caleb tossed his massa, so he just needs his canoe trip, and he's all set.
Yeah, Caleb has the levels on that master. He just has to canoe over here from Elfland Ice Cave. I think Caleb's got a bit of a lead right here, I would say. Rojo's still got to throw out that Massa and take out Tiamat 1.
Mentioned Rojo's a lot lower level. Caleb is just going to run right through Temple of Fiends.
Yep, I think we'll see Caleb make this canoe trip, throw a quick reset, jump back in his airship, and head on up to Temple of Fiends.
Lights up. That's not going to be a good feeling for Rojo because Caleb's got his black belt up over level 40. He's ready to go. You've probably only got 5 or 6 minutes left.
Yep. A typical Topher day takes about 10 minutes, but with a black belt, it can be as short as 5-6 minutes depending on how hard they're punching. There's the reset, and here goes Caleb. Alright, Caleb enters the Temple of Fiends at 48 minutes and 57 seconds. What do you think, Friday? Do you think he can hit sub 55 right here? Chat seems to think so. Wow, would you look at that? That's a tasty tile right there. And he gets 42 on his black belt just for good measure. Burt Reynolds, paper goals. Yeah, I think they had, sub 240 HP, something like that. Alright, Rojo gets into Mirage Tower. He's going to work his way on up and see if he can finish out his column by tossing that Massa and then going and killing Tiamat. Alright, we're pulling Lich 2 here. Lich leads out with Fire 3. We got some cake going off. Ineffective. Punch. 5 hits, 511 damage. Cake. Terminated, fell into crack. Rojo gonna check his greed chest right here. Nuke goes off on carry. Fast goes off. Carry big hit on that one egg. 12 hits, 1200 damage. Bye.
Rojo's left Sky 3 without tossing the massa. It looks
Yeah,
like.
I didn't think he threw it. Hmm.
It's right past Warmack.
Would you have considered taking Warmech right here to kind of grab some cheeky levels, or are you going to be comfortable with 32 right there on that black belt?
I had another character alive. I would have, to get a fast or something off. Oh, and he's realized he didn't do it. He's going back down.
Yep, there it is. I think, too, knowing that Caleb is probably already in Temple of Fiends, I think he knows he's got to just try to go fast and hope for some RNG on his side. Alright, we got Kraken 2 pulled. Fast, nuke, and a punch. Nuke goes off, 184. Stop from Kraken. Misses the black belt, which is important. Black belt. Nuke goes off, fast goes off, punch. 11 hits, 1700 damage. Down goes Kraken. Team at nuke. 288. We got a nuke, and a punch. 11 hits, 813. A little bit of HP on this Tiamat, but the nuke sends him down.
While he's doing that, Rojo is at Tiamat 1. That black belt's not doing a ton of damage right now.
No, that was about 200 damage. Ooh, he needs some turn order here. Oh.
28 HP.
Oh, wow. Yeah, heal before you move.
So he's got his column done. Now he needs to finish something else. And he's got a ton of options.
Yeah. I think if he could just find that glove, cap, buckler, and cloth, I mean, he'd be done. He's got to have 3 out of the 4 by now, I think. I'm not sure what he's missing. Alright, as Caleb pulls Chaos. 2 Invis 2s, a fast and a punch. Punch, 6 hits, 719. Fast goes off. Invis 2 goes off. Chaos has a nuclear. Not super scary.
Gets the cloth he needs, so he is all set now as well.
Perfect. Little last minute shopping for Rojo, and he'll take his dive. Caleb throwing out Invis stacks and a punch by the black belt. 8 hits at 1800 damage. Punch. 8 hits, 679. I think that black belt evasion is capped. Yep. Another punch. Terminated. Down goes Chaos. Caleb finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 57 minutes, 16 seconds, GG Caleb.
And as he finishes, Rojo is going to head in and see if he can finish up.
Yeah, with that black belt, Rojo will probably take a dive here and see what happens. I think he'd be able to punch through with that black belt.
With that first column, this is looking like a really nice time for Rojo as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With having Cake at level 8, having to double dip Sky for that canoe to get the Massa to go over here with that dud trip to Ordeals, dud trip to Lefane. This is a really great time for Rojo. Very impressive.
So Lich 2 here.
Lich 1.
Nice and easily.
Oh yeah. And we are now joined in the booth by our first place finisher on stream, Caleb. How's it going, man? GG's.
GG.
Thank you. That was a fun seed. I got super lucky. I felt like through that whole run.
Yeah, Rojo ran into a little bit of trouble there, trying to track down that canoe to find that Massa to finish his row, but he's already on Kraken floor, so to be at an hour with the row he had to do in the column, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel bad now because I gave him like the nastiest column that it was on the board in my mind, and I just we were sort of kind of rushing to get the thing together. I only glanced at the board and I was like, yeah, throw the Massa into space, and you got to you're relying on 2 spells. But yeah, the ogres, at least I never found the Wiz ogres, so I was checking spike tiles for those enemies. I was really hoping to catch an Agamo on Carrie's floor so I can light another square as I went down.
First column ended up being rough with Brack coming at level 8.
Oh,
yeah,
that stinks.
Yeah. Rojo actually took his sea dive with only 2 casts of Brack and was able to hit it on the first try.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for him. Yeah, I did not. I got a little nervous when I saw Cake was level 1, and I was like, I wonder if he popped into a Topher to get Lich, because I was like, I never found the rod, and so I'm assuming. So I saw him promote as soon as possible when I was still sailing around, and I was like, oh man, he got floater and tail super quick. So when Astos gave me the floater, it confused me, and I started flying to Cardi. I was like, well, now I gotta go promote. I was like, I don't even have the tail. I was like, wait, that must mean the TNT is the tail. So I'm just not gonna go do that because I could have just not promoted as soon as possible, but I would have probably done it just to chase that bingo, because you're with the party comp, it looks like we were in the same thing. That would have been a really free row.
Yeah, we were talking about the party comps, how you guys took the exact same party. Those white mages were kind of OP with fast and fade and nuke all in levels 1 through 4.
Yeah. The minute, because with these flags, I like to run the black belt Oreo, but with white mages getting ninja magic. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take them. They're basically like souped up red mages at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's go nuts and see what they can do. And luckily enough, they had all the good magic. That Lightning 3 was putting in some work early too. And then I bought my spells wrong for my second white mage because I'm so used to having 2 black mages. I bought Bane for it, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. I just spell blocked Fade from myself. So it just made my menuing awkward with that second white mage to cast Fade.
Alright, so as we do that, Rojo is down to Chaos.
Rojo gonna throw out some Invis stacks, a fast, Chaos of Lightning 2. Not too bad. Punched by that master. 626 damage. We got some temper, he's gonna switch to lock, some Invis 2.
Yeah, Lock's a
10
good
hits,
call here.
46. Yep.
That's a real good call. It took me way longer than it probably should have. I should have bought Lock.
There's that nuclear. There we go. Down goes Chaos for Rojo.
Wow. GG's. That was awesome.
Yeah, Rojo finishes in second place with an official racetime.gg time of 104.23. GG's Rojo.
Yeah, it was super ironic having to throw away the Masa +5. I would have loved to unlit the equip no swords block to throw that on a white mage, but I think white mage had fighter strength too, so the white mage would have been putting a hurt on some stuff.
Yeah, fighter strength. I think Ruse rolled level 8 though, so that put a little bit of a damper on the White Samurai thought. But I mean, that massive +5 would have been real nice if you came across like something with Death Touch to kind of take out your black belt, but unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, luckily I didn't. The only nastiness I saw in this was the Frost Giants with Lightning 3, and it was only on one fight with them. So, I can't be mad about this seed at all. It was very free for a Danny special, all things considered.
Yeah, she rolled you guys a nasty bingo board, but that magic was pretty nice for you guys.
Yeah, this is like the kindest Danny seed I've ever raced. So thank you, Danny.
But right now, just asking Rojo if he wants to pop in here for a little bit to talk to us and say hi. Give us his thoughts on that seed.
Absolutely. I do feel, part of me feels bad because Rojo just raced yesterday and we were trying to organize the race for today, and I don't know, there's part of me just feels bad that back to in 2 days his bingo experience is over. Makes me sad because this bingo's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this bingo's a pretty good time, I gotta admit.
I saw him pop into the general chat. See if he'll pop into the broadcast waiting room.
Yeah, I just threw him a message in the race time room of where to go.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here Why isn't he coming? Oh yeah, I don't have the ability to SG invite right now. Duh. There he is.
Hey, GG Rojo.
Hey, Rojo.
You might be muted.
Rojo, can you hear us?
Hello.
Rojo.
See you lighting up, but I don't hear you.
We'll give Rojo a minute here to figure out what's going on with his microphone. But Caleb, you want to give us any other thoughts on the seed so far while we're waiting for Rojo?
Like I said, it was a lot of fun. Applied lessons learned from my race with Greg from Friday. Don't try to box Garland before you look at level 2 magic. And Garland was much kinder this seed than last time without having that spell script. So
yeah, we saw the early divergence there with you heading over to Provoca, and we kind of thought you might be working on that Garland boxing tile. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely one I don't like to wait to do. I've watched a couple races where people will put off doing the Garland boxing until like they got some handy levels, but so many times like I've done practices with these flags, or actually in this race and in my race with Greg, Princess had the ship, and I want that boat early. So especially when Bicky gives us the ruby.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I think I ran out of batteries. Thank you.
Man, I feel really bad. Like, they were telling me that Brack was level 8. I feel really bad for giving you that row now.
I think it's 2 seeds in a row. I got the Brack. I think last time was level 7 and this time was level 8. So,
Man.
But honestly, don't feel too bad because I nailed them first cast. So.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. You went down there with 2 shots and got them on your first try. That's awesome.
Yeah, and Lich went pretty smoothly as well. Got him first or second try.
Where was the rod?
In North Cave. Vanilla. Yeah. Or not vanilla, but nearly vanilla. It's nearby.
Oh, man. I was wondering. I was like, wow, because I was like, I didn't even think that it could have been Earth Cave. Yeah, that's right. I was like, I saw you light that square, and I was like, did he dip Topher to go get that square, like, and just see what Topher looked like early? Oh, man. But, okay, yeah, that's remarkably trolly considering that everything else the seed gave us. Like, we had to throw the moss away, so of course it was +5, and of course it meant a double dip of sky, and of course the canoe was up there, and it was just like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was amusing. Of course, yeah, the one time you would like to use the masa, and it rolls high, but yeah, I don't know, this seed was pretty wild from the get-go. I decided to mirror your take 2 white mages thing just cause I thought it might be interesting, and it turned out to be a pretty good decision.
Yeah, I was banking on those first 2 columns, but I was trying to keep my options open throughout. Because that second column was just seemed really straightforward if the Giants were friendly, and I think I hit that pretty quickly because I found a regular Giant on a spike tile, I think in somewhere Ice Cave, and then I found and then I found a loose Frost Giant, and then I found a loose Fire Giant just in the volcano, I think.
Yep.
So that square lit very quickly, considering how nasty those can be. The same with the 3 dragons. Got those on like sequential spike tiles too. Like the Frosties were early in Northwest, and then like blue dragons were in Ice Cave, and then and Volcano, and then Zombie Ds were also in Volcano.
Yeah, I have a feeling I probably did kill 3 different dragons, but I kind of just tuned it out.
Yeah.
because I was really going for that first row.
Yeah, it's the friendliest of the kill X amount of enemies tile.
I feel like we can get that just on the way through Topher.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, yeah, absolutely. But this was a lot of fun. I appreciate you scheduling your race like the day after your first race, and I feel bad that it's double elimination and you gotta go home now. But
well, that's how it works. Yep.
yeah, I feel bad, like because like I don't know, it just in my mind it kind of sucks to have your whole tournament experience be over in 2 days. We could have probably spaced that out a little bit, but
yeah, well, yeah, it's fine. I considered the possibility when I entered that, having never even done bingo before, that this might be a very short outing.
Dude, I mean,
so
an hour four with that column, like that's an awesome time. Especially with like a level 8 brack. Like, I hope to see you in the spring tournament this year, dude. Like, you've come a long way. That's awesome.
We were talking early on, Rojo, about what column, Fryteeth and I would give to our opponent, and we were both thinking column 1 would be nasty. So to see you go through that in under an hour and 5 minutes, that's pretty good, man. Very impressive.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I think I kind of feel like, column 1 is just a more advanced version of what I was trying to do with row 3, because I don't know the bingo meta.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry. I lost. I used houses.
Oh no.
Yeah. So my bad, guy. GG Rojo. I definitely used houses and cabins through that whole run.
I was gonna mention that. I was like, we got the tents right in Canaria. How easy was that?
Oh wow. Yeah, I totally just wow. I mind blinded that whole thing.
I'm sorry, man. That's
all good, dude. I'm glad I caught it, because I would have felt even worse if like this had gone on, like somebody had brought it up like 3 days from now or whatever. And,
well, yeah, it's far too late to do anything about it then.
And I mean, like, all things considered, like an hour 4 with that row, like you deserve to win just as much as I did, because apparently I cheated the whole run. I'm surprised chat wasn't yelling at me about it, or yelling at you all about it.
We're discussing that in the broadcast notes right there. We're not sure. We're trying to review. Did he use the houses? Are we sure? What's going on? Do you want to tell him? I don't want to tell him. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the big difficulties of the bingo board. There's nothing forcing you to follow like any specific set of rules. Like as far as the a normal game would proceed. So it's really, really difficult to keep track of all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's all good, man. Like that's I should have. That's funny. I was just cruising, just using houses all over the place.
Rojo just big brained you with the trick square.
Yeah,
that was it. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say with row 3. Yeah, definitely, big brain plays. But really, what I was gonna say was just that I understand. I think why he gave me column 1. It's because generally the point with giving your opponent a column is to waste as much time as possible, right? Mm-hmm. So forcing me to go and get minimum like 4 key items just to complete the column is sort of what I was trying to do with row 3. He just did it better and smarter, basically.
That's
well, you both had a double dip Sky to get that canoe, and you made the trip to Ordeals, which was that dud location at Lefane, Rojo. So I mean, you were right there, buddy. You were right there.
Yeah, well, now I feel bad, man.
Don't feel bad, dude. That's on me. I should have known better. I've been playing bingo since Xeno and Dark Moon were organizing it for potentially last year and helping Xeno come up with a couple of these squares. So I should have known better, man. Like, I just can't believe I did that. Maybe that was subconsciously like, you need to take a break, Caleb.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be rooting for you the whole way through, Rojo. I hope you shock some folks because you definitely deserve it. So.
Well, with a win like this, I guess I'm on my way.
With that time, you did just fine tonight, Rojo. So I think with that, we'll kind of toss it over to our runners here for final thoughts and toss over to my co-com Fryteeth. Fryteeth, do you have anything to add before we get final thoughts from our runners here?
Race, looking forward to what's coming up next. So yeah, any final thoughts from our runners?
Read your rows. Understand what those tiles mean.
Solid, but
I guess I have mixed feelings about the victory, but I guess I'll accept it. Keep the rows straight. I guess that's the lesson. But I don't know. I guess this will give me an opportunity to, I don't know, try and get better at selecting rows and columns for my opponents at the very least. So I'll look forward to that in my next matchup against whoever that may be. Aside from that, GG, Caleb, regardless, and I don't know. I guess we'll play together again sometime, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, absolutely. GG's, Rojo. And like I said, my strategy for picking that column was just when it comes to controlling for RNG, like spell slots, like you never know where they're gonna go. So like I saw 2 required spells in a row, and I was like, let's go with that one. It can they can be levels 1 and 2, and then there's no challenge to those at all. You just got to get the key items to get to the bosses. But unfortunately, it did. The whammy did hit with the bracket level 8, but he still put up a fantastic time.
Yeah, thanks.
So.
all right. With that, we're gonna hand Randomania back their channel. I want to thank our runners tonight for running, Caleb and Rojo Vision. I want to thank Danny 3883 for tracking, Jay Scheidel for the restream, and my co-com Fryteeth tonight for jumping in the booth with me. I appreciate you hanging out. Fryteeth, you want to take us out, buddy?
Yeah. Thanks to you for this, and have a good night, everyone.